Are we in? Are we in now? Okay, now since this is a game I'm not familiar with... Ooh, that's fast. Let's slow that down a bit. Where do I want to slow that down? No. Where's the horizontal look? That's a little too fast. A little better, okay. And since this is a game I haven't played, I'm not sure how the audio is going to be because I took a lot of time to get the audio settings right in Elden Ring. So in this, I have no idea what's the best setting. But I'm not going to know until there's some combat. So anyway, I did not do my intro, so let's see, what would be a good way to... I'm not going to be recording this one like I normally do. Okay, so let's just put this here. Okay, so here we go. Hey YouTube, it's Dave Sicily, and this is Hell is Us, a Souls-like that is a little more grittier, a little more exploration heavy, or at least so I've heard, than your average Souls-like. Apparently the combat is, well, I won't say it takes a back seat to the exploration and the world and the atmosphere and all this stuff, but apparently it's a little more streamlined or a little simpler than usual, but that's what I heard anyway. I don't know for sure, that's why I'm playing the game. Let's find out together. Anyway, hope you enjoy this. If you do, like and subscribe and engage, and let's get to it. Let's get farting. Okay, so some people are probably wondering why. Wait a minute, weren't you supposed to be doing Killer Mushroom? Yes, I was doing Killer Mushroom, but if you watched last night, you may have noticed that I ended off on Godskin Duo, and it ended up turning into a bigger shit show than with Fire Giant. It was even worse. And so I reevaluated the build, I sort of messed with it, tinkered with it, tried all sorts of things, and what ended up happening was, is actually something I'd explained in the run. And that was to make the build actually be effective. Like, the build was effective. That wasn't really the problem. The problem was, for me to make it, like, really feasible against most enemies and not just certain enemies, I had to remove all the spells and basically just change the build to just be more, like, heavy emphasis on the axe. Well, not the axe. The big club, the wooden club. With more focus on, poison enemies, then use the club, poison enemy, get your attack bonuses, then use the club, right? And this is when it started working more reliable. Then I beat the Godskin Duo and Malakath and all those guys afterwards after that. But by that point, I was just playing another bonk build. It was just a bonk build. I'm running around the big hammer and smacking things. And I get my bonus attack damage from poisoning people. Except the actual bonus was not that much more effective than when I did the actual bonk build. Remember, with that bonk build, I was doing like 4,000 damage. All I had to do was cast Royal Knight's Resolve, and I'd do 4,000 damage on a bonk. So even with this build, that Killer Mushroom build, when I was full Scarlet Rot, full poison, and then using that ability that allows you to eat up the Scarlet Rot and the poison to do bonus damage, it would do like 3,200 damage. So it was not that good. It was complicated to set up. And more importantly, I had to remove all the spells. So basically, it just turned into your standard... It's just turned into a very basic bonk build that required me to poison enemies before I got my maximum attack power. And it was just... Except, I didn't have the benefit of heavier armor, and... It just turned into a very generic, boring build that looked funny, is what happened. Those spells are what made it interesting. And the main problem there, so even after I changed into a more generic, boring build, I actually found some other things that were funny. Like, it basically just boiled down to those spells sucked. Scarlet Ionia, you can get knocked out of it. You can get attacked while you're in it. Remember when I was complaining about how when I would poison the Fire Giant, it wouldn't trigger my attack bonuses? That kept happening. And it turns out that you won't really notice if you're in melee and you're poisoning enemies in melee. But when you're now you're more short range outside of melee, and you're using spells and stuff, It was surprising how often it didn't trigger for me. Anyway, I couldn't use the spells. They either sucked or they weren't triggering the poison, or when the poison would trigger, I wasn't benefiting from it. It basically, the fun got completely sucked out of the whole build based on some oddities with how Elden Ring worked. And I was also surprised to discover that when enemies are surrounded by those little poison plant thingies, they get wildly more aggressive than I'm used to. I don't know, they just use more AoE attacks. It was just no fun anymore, and it wasn't even, the build wasn't right. Like, the way it was conceptualized wasn't working anymore. Anyway, then this game finally came, and I decided, you know what, I'd rather just play this. That build was no fun. So let's get back to this. I'm gonna have to do a fair bit of sound checking while I'm playing this, because I don't know just like what the sound bounce is like. I have no idea. It takes a lot of experimentation usually. I also have no idea if I have to deal with any stupid music copyrights, because that was a real pain to discover when I played the Metroidvanias the last week. I was just checking something with the sound just then. Ah, I can't believe the controller's sensing. That's my leg shaking, by the way. Oh, well, I don't have to press button. Wow, that's immersion breaking. I mean, I get it's great. That's sometimes you have to ignore immersion and just go for the good game design, and I can certainly see this pretty easily, but it definitely looks out of place, but okay. Clearly I'm supposed to go this way.
You must be lost to wander around Sinedra Forest. You're welcome to stay in camp.
Who are you?
The name's Ernest. When the Sabinian army, they left my son's body.
Do you know where the village of Joe?
It's in Akasa Marsh. A group of strange-looking soldiers arrived here last.
Where can I find?
They parked their APC just beyond. I hung them in the trees so my sons would stop getting lost when they were children.
So I hear investigative technique, dialogue investigation, this sort of thing is way more in depth than your usual. Like in Souls games, basically people say stuff and it's just weird or convoluted and weird or cryptic, right? And you just have to hope you can figure out what they're trying to say or what they're. Ooh, there's a big building. This your solid reminder that this is actually a sci-fi game, although it looks almost castle-like. That's actually that's very much between being sci-fi and fantasy castle. But you know, the distance can mess with my perception. At this distance, all I can see is the ramparts, but then you know the size of the building. I'd have to get closer. So yeah, apparently this game is way more investigative heavy, or at least in terms of like talking to NPCs and trying to figure out what you're supposed to do next based on what they're telling you. And it's not so cut and dry. Whereas even in Dark Souls games, they're not very obvious what you're supposed to do. The only reason you know to advance in a Dark Souls game is because you go that way, right? I actually don't. I know I'm talking a lot now, but I probably won't be talking as much as when the game gets started. We're talking about a new game I haven't played, especially one that's meant to be more immersion specific. I will tend to. Ooh, I actually turned those on in the menu. Those look annoying. Don't worry, there's an option for them. But yeah, that's pretty annoying. But they aren't normally in the game, so don't worry. Well, there's the APC. Alright, where he said it would be.
You found me. Epsilon 12, right? Who are you? I'm Sifo 4, not sure how I got here. All I remember is hearing that door shutting behind me. I must... Who are you? I'm not sure how I... Who has... We have a med kit in the camp we set up in the woods west of here. We marked the trees to make it...
Okay, there is here my first fetch quest. I did hear there's actually quite a bit of fetch quests in this game. Now, okay, where is this? You said compass in the woods to the west. You know what? I did not see that part about a compass. Where's the compass? Okay, he said, where's this compass that they're talking about? I don't know. But these are woods to the west, so I'm gonna guess it's this way. That looks like it right there. And of course I can't climb up these simple rocks to get... I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look how low these rocks are. And there. That's it. You can just climb up right there. But, you know, video game logic and all that. So, something about blue paint. This way has got to lead back to that thing I was looking at. Huh. This looks ominous. And again, this could also be with the family treasure, I mean blue paint. Oh, but there's a lock on it. Of course, I can't just take the box with me and break it open, but okay. I know, I'm being unnecessarily harsh. They're just things that come up when you're playing these types of games. Wait, is that like a house or something? Yeah, that's a building. Sound check. 1 sec. Okay, this could be a little better. Okay, this could be a little better. Okay, let's try that again. Wait, now I'm disorientated. Okay, that goes back to that little corner, so this way. Okay, this definitely looks like a camp of some sort. The hell? Oh look, anomaly spotted. Anomaly report. Okay, dude, we got your med kit. Ominous tree that will likely be removed when I need to come back here later, because it's definitely going into an area of some sort.
I need them. Oh, good. You got the medkit. Take this. You'll need it to open the door.
Hey, more working ancient mechanisms. How handy. Oh, look, puzzle stuff. It's puzzle time. Let's see. Burning mushrooms, I guess? And fish cross eyes. I don't know. Okay, so we know that's 2. But where is the other... Well, there's only 3 options. How can there be much more than that? Oh, it's broken. So it's the other way around. Okay. And now it's just whatever the final thing is, okay? Nope, just gonna jump. Ooh, that actually hurt. Okay. No, no, it's the door shut behind me. Wow. Who saw that coming? I mean, cool graphics so far, I'll say that. So a lot of sound anomalies in this place. So the stability in the cutscene for some reason is really bad. Major drop in frames for the cutscene.
Hey, you okay? Hey! Fuck.
I think he's hostile.
What the fuck?
Oh no, wild geometry. Damn fractals. Who knew they were the enemy? Badass save. Well, not anymore, I guess. Screenshot. There's your title artwork. New styling option. Oh, cool. I can fix my hair. Yeah, okay, I don't know what any of that means at the moment. Oh wow, more puzzles. Alright. See if there's a clue. Oh, I have a drone friend now. Ooh, it's perched on my shoulder. It's kind of creepy looking. Alright. Is there a clue anywhere? Okay, their quick slot selection process is not very intuitive. This is not very solid. It's select equipment slot. Okay. Okay, I see what they're doing now. But that's really confusing by having that like the two the other items I haven't selected are like in the two. It's one item, but it's in two showing in two separate slots. So to me, it's looking like it's switching back and forth between two items. That is in the left and right slot rather than me just selecting between one item. That's why it's a little confusing. Okay, so it was a little funny, but so rather than just giving me an option, just say, you know, here's the item that goes for this slot, this goes in, or this key and that. Anyway, whatever. No, we will not be putting the guard button in the... on L1. No, no, no. We're not doing that. That is, if I'm going to be guarding this much, I will want to put it on L2. Fortunately, I did find a clue for that. Oh, still going. Okay, more to this place. Well, that was the answer to the previous puzzle. Okay, one sec. I am going to get a drink. One sec, I just need a minute. Okay, back. I'm back. I'm back. I got my water. So all right, so how are we gonna do this? Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. That worked. What's on this? Yeah. Serpent-headed door. Oh, that's interesting. It's got this more of a dodge than a sidestep. It's a little bit of both, I guess. Yeah, just use the charged heavy. That seems to be good enough. Why mess around with all that fancy combat when you can just hit things really hard? Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. Sounds useful. Okay, now where's the next way up? Oh, there. Okay, there we go. What are you dancing? Maybe you had to pee. And there's the floating save point. Healing pulse. When you around you. Particle into the solid ring, and you can activate the healing pulse ability. What? I'll down double hit. Oh, it's a not a Sekiro thing. It's a Neo thing, like key pulse. Okay. So we got key pulses in this game. That's except these ones restore HP. Yeah, I figured that part out on my own. Limit capacity, well, okay. Distract. Challenging anything. Distract them, okay. You'll find the enemy, we can start printing for protect. Send drone to distract. Continue there, the guys run it. And then is any of the drone. Okay, I can distract people. Of course, not much value in distracting things when you can just one-shot them, but okay. Yeah, I know, it always starts off easy. It'll get more complicated soon enough, I'm sure. Cool. Axes. I'm gonna stick with the sword for now. Okay, we got some Resident Evil door lock puzzles going on. Oh, we got stance damage. Okay. I've never been too fond of stance damage mechanics. And yet, I can just one-shot him anyway. Is this all garbage or corpses? Yikes. Aha, I can't fully charge up anymore. I seem to be out of that limbic energy stuff, I'm guessing. Damn, it's even like a Resident Evil puzzle item. Some sort of medallion with an animal's head on it. That's just one of them, though. Okay, now, so where is the other one? Oh, bugger. Now, then I have to keep kind of run around all over this place just to find that stupid medallion. Where's the stupid thing? It's a very roomy dungeon so far. It's actually a literal dungeon. That's the funny thing. I know that may sound funny to call dungeon roomy, but it generally means that sometimes some designers or game devs, they get so focused on just adding rooms to dungeons, they forget to variate them, and the next thing you know, you just got a bunch of square rooms one after another, with no real difference between them. It can be I mean, you can make it very atmospheric, but if in the end it's just one square room after another, it kind of gets... Well, I mean, it also gets disorientating, but... I mean, unless that's the design, but usually it's not it's usually not a deliberate decision, and more like just, you know... Oh, we gotta stretch the dungeon out, you know? Okay, well, I gotta be missing something here. Because I don't know where that other medallion is. I haven't seen anything else like it. But then again, I didn't look up this... I didn't really explore this upper area very much. Aha! Armor. 5%. Endurance, 500%. Oh, okay. Protection, lingering duration... Limbic Spear, Terror. Whatever that means. Huh. Maybe I can still open that door even though I'm missing a medallion? I don't know. Yeah, try this again. No, that doesn't tell me anything. Oh! God damn it. There's a tunnel there. I just see these things. I just think, oh, it's just another room for a little depression full of corpses. There's an actual tunnel here. God damn it. Oh, you look like you'll be fun. Sunlight, but no medallions. Drone bypass. Whoop, I didn't want to skip the key part. Alright, the APC key. So I think that's a consumable that instantly ends all cooldowns on your drone. Hey, World War I. Food, something you always forget you need in any kind of Souls-like. Okay, that sounded unnecessarily complicated. Weapon level up. Oh, the weapons can level up. Interesting. That's different. You actually don't see that much in Souls-like. That the weapons themselves gain levels. Okay, no. You have enhancement levels, but you know what I mean, like just through combat and stuff like that. It's not a new mechanic for RPGs, but not by any stretch of the imagination. But I can't think of a Souls-like that's done that yet. Then again, it's not like I've played every single one out there, especially not the indie ones. But as far as the major releases go, no. You look like you're fun. I'm guessing I gotta go that way to get back to the APC. But there's some goodies here. If you remember, I saw some items in these trenches that I couldn't reach before. Oh, it's getting a little complicated. There's quite a few little branching paths now. Okay, but where was that one I was looking for? Was that an end of a trench? So... Ooh, you got a bump. So not here. Let's get back to... Okay, there it is. Good, right here at the exit to the trench. But these, I didn't find a path where there were... Okay, there's an item there. But that goes through quite a bit of enemies to get back. But not if I go that way. So... Eh, you can't hit me. But this way, there is... Oh, but they can come this way, so... Oh, well, what do you know? I can't hit them. Whoop, gotta be careful. Shit balls. Now that's what I get for screwing around. So, a better med kit. Let's try to avoid this guy. I don't know where that goes. Gotta remember to do those key pulse things. Okay, let's go in here. I'm pretty sure this will take me back to the APC, because there's a ruin like this overlooking the APC. Oh. Okay then. Looks like I gotta keep doing some exploring. Let me see, did I do my due diligence in this area? There's certainly a lot of stuff in that direction, but I think that's just more like window dressing than... As for the items I'll actually need... Right, there's just another way up the to this ruin here. Maybe along the side. There you are. Okay, where is this? Is that the same APC? No. Couldn't be. Okay, now we're way off. Hey! That is the same APC. Looks like Buddy didn't make it. I was right about the logs being moved later. I want to find out what those two medallions were for. So where was the entrance back to that dungeon? Well, that's a nice rug for some forgotten dungeon. Actually, that's really good condition. A journal! That's what I get for doing this? There we go. I don't even know what it is, but there we go. So apparently whatever this is, I can add it to a weapon. But I can't add it because apparently everything's locked up. Alrighty then. Well, at least enemies aren't resetting every time I use a save point. That's nice. Oh, good, they're just birds. I was worried there was some flying enemy. Very hard to tell when those fractal things are attacking because their graphics are, for all their animations, are bright and colorful, and there's a lot of heavy animations, so I can't really tell the attack animation. Well, I mean, I can tell the attack animations, but the tells for their animations are no different from just their regular movement animations. I gotta tell you, the whole key pulse. I mean, I suppose people really liked it in Neo, but I honestly ignored the key pulses in Neo. I just found them a pain in the butt to keep track of. Oh, you know what? I don't really need to go this way. Oh. Oh my. Yeah, no. I was assuming I had to go through the castle and unlock that gate to get to the APC, but it looks like the APC was right there, so there's no need. Oh, first-person investigation view. Interesting. Is this like gonna be like a hub? My little mobile hub. And I guess this is how I travel around. Oh, we're in the title screen now, huh? Okay, I'm sure this looks cool, but I'm gonna skip it. You can... you know, I'm not gonna skip it. Only if it takes too long. Okay, it's taking too long.
Epsilon 11. Epsilon 11, sound off. Why are you in Akasa Marshes? Who ordered you? Where are my men?
They're gone. The creatures got the better of them.
Abandon the vehicle and walk away. You have my word, no harm will come to you.
How about I give it back when I no longer need it?
I would advise against it.
It's just too convenient.
You have no idea who you've stolen from. Choose your next move wisely.
Okay, I'm going to move to a more comfy position. Actually, you know what? I know it's very early, and I didn't start very early, but I didn't start very late either. But that feels like a good stopping point for this. I know there's a whole lot of game left, but I mean, I'm only doing 2 days here, and this is like a 30, 40 hour RPG. And I wasn't intending to play this whole thing on stream anyway. Well, okay, maybe I'll stream it privately or something, and then just put it up later. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But this feels like a good stopping point. The intro section, it gives you a good idea of things anyway. I can get more into it tomorrow after maybe I've experimented more with the game, so I'm a little more sure of how I'm going to do things. And there's like no one watching the stream, so I'm going to stop here. Then it seems like a decent point. I'm really freaking tired anyway. So anyway, if you watch this later, hope you enjoy this little bit of the game. Like and subscribe if you do, and all that jazz. You know how it works. Good night, guys. I'll come back next weekend. We'll get back to the Elden Ring builds. And maybe something else. Just let me know if you want to see me do anything else. And, of course, be sure to suggest any build ideas you have.